What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I'm going to be sharing with you the latest breaking news unfolding here on the channel. I get you the latest news, unbiased, just reporting to you, and this is your breaking news update, stimulus update, and stimulus check update. Now, first up, you guys, we're hearing that the Russian invasion of Ukraine could make many things more expensive, especially gas. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you seen gas prices increasing in your area? I know I've been seeing it increase here in Houston, Texas significantly. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people are asking then, if this is all unfolding and it's making things more expensive, are people going to need another stimulus check to help them get through this? A fourth stimulus check. What's happening with another $1,400? And a lot of people are feeling like Congress did not fulfill their promise of a $2,000 fourth check. We had a third of $1,400, but a lot of people are saying, where's the fourth check? And also, we're hearing there's a leftover $800 billion from previous stimulus packages that was allocated out to go out for stimulus provisions of some kind, but it never went out, and it's just sitting there. And that is enough to provide two $1,400 checks, a fourth and a fifth. And a lot of people are saying, with everything going on, we're going to need some more direct payments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, while we're waiting for that on a federal level, we're hearing that there are city, state, county checks, different provisions going out on different levels. And I'm going to get you caught up on another one. Take a look, you guys, just coming out. Payday. Thousands of Americans are going to be getting checks worth up to $14,670 each in the month of March. See which companies are going to be handing out the cash. I'm going to get you caught up on these articles and also some video footage of the latest breaking news of what's unfolding right now in Russia and Ukraine. So you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the updates, just take a moment to smash that like button for me. Helps me out a ton here on the YouTube algorithm with my channel. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free to come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3, and I'll do my best to get you any answers to any questions that you might have. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in, and let's start off with some video footage of the breaking news of what's unfolding right now in Russia and Ukraine.
And Richard, this whole proposal by Zelensky for talks has been really shot down because while Putin is saying that he would that they would send a delegation to Minsk in Belarus for talks, his demands, as outlined, are beyond negotiation. He's demanding complete concessions, never join NATO, recognition of the breakaway regions as being Russian. I mean, it's basically giving up your country.
And more than that, he's also said that they would only talk, this is according to a Kremlin spokesman, once the Ukrainian army has stopped fighting and laid down its arms. So if you remember when Vladimir Putin announced this operation from behind that desk with the old-fashioned phones looking very much the image of a Bond villain, his main condition was that the Ukrainian military lay down its weapons, not fight, and capitulate. And the Kremlin is repeating that demand, saying that it will discuss peace terms and the future of Ukraine with the government once it surrenders.
Obviously not negotiable. And one more thing, Richard, what we're hearing here is that they are short, the Ukrainian forces are running short on supplies, on javelins, on ammo, on gasoline, and that it is hard to resupply them because Russia controls the airspace.
So what the military is doing, and frankly, I don't know how their supplies are for Javelin. If they are complaining about them, then I think it's perfectly believable because they have been using them to a great extent, and the Ukrainians have been putting out images of Russian tanks that they've been able to stop. I haven't heard that they're running low on supplies, but I know that they are using them and using them to some effect. But what the government is also doing now is arming citizens, arming people who have military experience, handing out guns. Even in Kiev, the defense ministry telling people to build Molotov cocktails in their homes, I guess with the intention of dropping them out their windows. So we could see a stage where you have tank versus Molotov cocktail battles in the capital. We're not there yet, but Ukrainians are certainly preparing for the worst. And Ukrainian government officials, going back to what you're saying, they're calling for more weapons, are calling desperately for help. They are calling for the United States and European governments to kick Russia off SWIFT. That got a lot of attention yesterday when President Biden said that the current round of sanctions is greater than SWIFT. They are still insisting that the U.S. and other countries do more to remove Russia from SWIFT. They want air cover. They want as much possible military, financial, and other kinds of help as they can get.
So there you have it, you guys. That is the latest breaking news of what's unfolding as of this morning. Now, as more information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date on that as well. Now, also, we're hearing that this is going to be impacting the entire world. And this isn't already impacting prices of goods and gas. Take a look, you guys. A link in the description below. Russia's invasion of Ukraine could make many things more expensive, especially gas. And the article says that the backdrop of the global domestic inflation in the United States was already worrying. But now Russia's invasion of Ukraine stands to potentially make the situation even worse. Now, the conflict has roiled global markets in recent days, causing the stock market turmoil, sending oil prices higher, and injecting even more uncertainty into an already off-balance worldwide economy. And it's also sparked concerns that inflation, already running hot, could even run hotter. In the United States, the Consumer Price Index, which measures the average change in prices consumers pay for goods and services, was up by 7.5% over the past year in January. That's a 40-year high. And we're hearing that's continuing. We are still on track at a 40-year high at around 7.5% inflation. The hope was that inflation would soon start to come down, and that factors driving it, such as high gas prices and supply chain woes, would finally pass. But now it appears that that situation could be quite the opposite. What we're observing is essentially an energy price shock and financial markets shock that comes on the back of an already concerning inflation environment, the environment in which global supply chains are already stressed and in which there is already some degree of uncertainty as the outlook. It's not just a shock in isolation, it's a shock in that context. And we're hearing that oil prices particularly have hit over $100 per barrel, and we're hearing they could go up to 120. So this is just skyrocketing right now, and it's really impacting the prices of goods around the globe. Now, a lot of people are asking, does that mean that we're going to be having more stimulus checks? And we're hearing that there's unallocated funds from previous stimulus packages that could be used. And people are saying, what about a fourth $1,400 check? What about one for seniors? A lot of people are saying that there's those on SSI, SSDI that are on fixed incomes that need some additional support. Well, this article right here just came out, and it's basically saying that at this time, Congress has not passed one. However, if you did not receive previous checks, or maybe you had a new baby in 2021, that you could be eligible for collecting those payments on your taxes. And for those on SSI, SSDI, there has been a push to get some additional provision, more support. But other than that 5.9% COLA increase, we have not seen anything yet. Now, we will see. I'll keep you up to date. The Build Back Better bill, which is the 2021 stimulus reconciliation bill, has stalled in the Senate. We're hearing talks are progressing, but we will see as we're hearing that bill needs to be modified significantly to get all Democrats on board to support it, to pass it through reconciliation. And we're hearing the name of it is likely going to be changing as well. We will see what provisions make it in. And we're hearing there's going to be another stimulus package in 2022 this year, likely passing through the process of reconciliation. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date on everything happening on a federal level. Now, in addition to that, though, we're seeing different levels of stimulus provisions going out, and I keep you up to date on them here on the channel as they come out, because in many cases, you need to apply for them. So be sure when you subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you can get notified right away as to what's unfolding. But here's another one, you guys. Link in the description below that says thousands of Americans are going to be getting checks worth up to $14,670 each in the month of March. See which companies are going to be handing out the cash. And it says thousands of Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram workers will get checks worth up to $14,670 next month. So congratulations if you work for one of those industries. It says the checks, which are being issued as a part of the profit-sharing scheme, represents the largest amount of Stellantis or its predecessors have offered workers in about 35 years. Now, Stellantis was formed in 2021 after the merger between Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and French PSA groups, and employees that are going to be represented by the United Auto Workers Group are set to receive the cash. And it says it's going to be up from what they received last year of $8,000, and they're going to be receiving it on March 11th. Now, here's some numbers for you. It says Stellantis said that it made a net profit of $15.2 billion in the first year, Chrysler, Jeep, Fiat, Ram, and Dodge are just some of the brands that are going to be a part of Stellantis' portfolio. And it says Stellantis has several plants in Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, and it says workers for Ford are going to be in line to get $7,377 checks, while General Motors employees are going to be represented by UAW will pocket $10,250. More than 42,000 staff of General Motors will receive checks tomorrow, which is today. This was written yesterday, February 25th, and it comes as the company reported $10 billion in profits, up from their $6.4 billion in 2020. Now, in addition to that, it says that hourly workers will pocket up to $1,000 for every $1 billion that General Motors makes in North America. Now, last year, General Motors workers, they got up to $9,000 after the company made $9 billion in pre-tax earnings in 2020. And thousands of Ford workers will get up to $7,377 checks as a part of their profit sharing scheme. And the boost comes as the automotive industry feels the impacts of inflation. Vehicle prices rose because of computer chip shortages that affected production, according to Axios. And the prices of used cars and trucks rose by 40% over the last year. Manufacturers have been impacted due to the shortage of factory workers caused by the pandemic. So, big checks going out for people working in those industries for vehicles. If that is you, congratulations on the new stimulus check. So you guys, that is the latest, and as I mentioned, I will keep you up to date here on the channel on more stuff that unfolds. Going to keep you up to date on the latest breaking news, stimulus provisions, what's happening in Congress, totally unbiased, just going to share with you the latest so that way you know what's happening. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps out my channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.